Hi, my loves. Welcome to Stephanie's Spotlight. Today we are going to be spotlighting my good friend, Emily Canissa. She's a local up-and-coming artist from Saratoga Springs, New York. Emily also helps us with a lot of our artwork and our editing here on Stephanie's Spotlight. So, hello, Emily.
Hi, thank you for having me.
We are here today at Emily's studio doing a live interview, and we will be adding some pictures and stuff like that as we go. What got you interested in art in the first place?
Well, basically, I always had an inclination to do art ever since I was a baby. I started drawing on everything, the walls, the floors, my mom's textbooks, the side of the house, which got us in a little bit of trouble with the landlord. But I just always loved to draw.
And what type of artwork do you do?
I am an illustration artist, and the type of work that I like doing is Japanese anime style. And basically, this started from a very young age. I loved cartoons and Disney movies and comic books, and by the time I was 8 years old, I saw Sailor Moon on TV for the first time, and this was my gateway into anime. And as you can see, everything behind me is like manga anime galore. So it really influenced the way I do my work. And today I'm trying to kind of come up with my own style and break away from just, copying everything that's been done. And I'm trying to mesh realism with anime to create something more unique that's uniquely mine.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And did you go to school for art?
I did. In 2004, I went to Skidmore College, which is basically, it covers all different subjects, and I majored in studio art, and I minored in Japanese language because the art and Japanese go hand in hand for somebody like me that just loves anime and Japanese culture. So I graduated in 2008 and got my bachelor's degree, and the studio art was essentially a lot of traditional stuff. We drew landscapes, we worked with live models, and we basically focused on drawing from observation and reality, which translates wonderfully into what I do, because I like to illustrate a lot of characters, and anatomy is important, perspective is important. A lot of the fundamental things that I learned in college have really helped with that.
And what is your favorite piece of art?
Well, right now my favorite piece is a picture that I made for my friend's birthday, and it actually is both of our characters, Gabriel and Raziel. They're two angels from a role play that we do. And it's only the line art, but it took me 24 hours to do, so it was pretty intense, but I love how it came out.
Now, did you draw this piece or did you do it on the computer?
I did it digitally. A lot of my art nowadays is digital. I have a Wacom tablet, and I use Photoshop CS3. And basically the tablet allows me to draw directly onto the computer, and I can see it right on the screen. And Photoshop lets me, edit things and perfect things and make my work look really pretty. It's a great program.
Now, does all your work take you this long?
On average, most of my pieces take anywhere from 4 to 8 hours typically. But the more detailed it is, the longer it takes. I mean, it just varies based on the composition and the complexity of what it is I'm trying to draw.
And who are some of your inspirations?
I have so many artists that I absolutely love, but one of my most favorite right now is Emmy Rain. It's two girls, Emily Warren and Cece. Basically, they make a webcomic called Tea House, and I have all 3 special editions so far. I love their work because it is super detailed and just gorgeous. The way they draw, the way they color, it really, really inspires me, and I hope to someday be as talented as they are.
And have you been featured in any publications?
I haven't been featured in publications, but I have had my work up in the Saratoga Springs Art Center Gallery. This past winter around Christmas time, it was the members exhibit, and it is the first time I actually was brave enough to try to put some of my art out there in the local community, because most of the time I just market and keep my stuff online. So I'm really trying to make an effort to get known, you know, that hey, there's an illustration artist here in Saratoga, look what I do. So that was pretty much it so far.
And have you won any awards for your work?
Actually, yes. The first one was in 9th grade. I was doing a colored pencil drawing of a blue wing-tailed duck, which I will show you guys here. Basically, it's with Prismacolor pencils, and it was entered into the New York State Duck competition, and I won 2nd place, and they printed it into a postage stamp and mailed it to me in a nice frame, and that was pretty cool.
That is cool. And any others?
The second award was actually pretty recent. I had done a commission for a good friend of mine who wrote a book about Jesus, and he needed a few illustrations to go along with his book. And I posted up the pictures on DeviantArt, which is a site for showcasing your artwork. And there's a group called D8 Christians, and they were having a contest about the resurrection, and somebody suggested that I enter this piece into the contest. So I didn't think much of it, but I did. And the next thing I knew, I won 1st place, and I got a 6-month subscription to DeviantArt for free, which was pretty cool.
Very nice. And where can people go to view your art?
Go to my website, emilycomissa.com. It's my name. It's real simple, because as an artist, I'm trying to market my name. So if you go there, you'll see my best work. Also, there's a link to my resume, a link to my portfolio. There's a tab at the top that says Art Commissions. So if you like my work and you want me to make something for you, you can commission me. And I do work by contract, which protects me and you, and it's the professional way to go. Also, on the side of my website, there are links, and basically you would probably want to go to my DeviantArt page. So you'll see right there on the left-hand side under bookmarks, the links. It'll say DeviantArt, plus there's Facebook, Twitter. I have a Tumblr blog. I also have a live stream channel.
I got to see some of your live stream work. It was really, really interesting, and it goes through. It goes right through, and it actually shows what you're doing step by step as you're doing it.
Yes, that's the cool thing about live stream, is that it can show my process while I'm working in Photoshop, so people can see like my art starts with a really rough sketch, and then I make another layer and I do the inking over that, and another layer for coloring. And you know, a lot of people are like, how do you do digital art? And if you come and watch my live streams, you can see everything that I do. It's really fun. Plus they have a chat box so people can talk to me and keep me company while I work, which makes it a lot funner for me. So.
And now I attempted to do that when I was on your viewing your live stream, and the problem that I had is I think they said you had to log into your live stream account. So seeing as I did not have a live stream, I couldn't chat with you.
Yeah, I do believe that you need to actually make an account. I'm not sure if you can just chat as a guest, but you know, I guess that's the price you gotta pay, right? You know, the internet, it's the way things are sometimes. But most of the time people just make an account just so they can chat, and they don't necessarily post videos, but it's just cool to know people are there watching what I'm doing.
Well, thank you very much, Emily, for taking us and showing us the studio and your artwork. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And until next time, peace, love, and warm fuzzies.